Here we go. This is another underrated banger on an absolutely stacked card. It's bantamweight stud Song Yadong taking on MMA Labs Kyler Phillips. If you float around the MMA commentary and community scene at large, you'll hear a lot about Song
Yadong.
Yadong and how he's the next big thing at
Yadong.
bantamweight. And it's clear to see why the guy gets so much praise. I mean, he's only 23 years old, hits like a Mack truck, and he's just a huge 35er with a super well-rounded skill set. But you've heard us mention it before, and we keep it 100% all real beef at Meat Boy MMA. So there's nobody in the UFC who has benefited from more favorable judging than Song Yadong. Two straight wins, but we both thought he lost that fight against Cody Stamann pretty convincingly too. I didn't even think that fight was very close. So it was interesting to see Yadong sneak the draw in that one, and most recently against Chito Vera, where I thought Vera maybe did enough to win that fight as well. So he's obviously extremely talented and honestly still pretty raw, but I just don't know if I'm yet sold on him being the future champ that a lot of people envision the Chinese Song Yadong to be. And truthfully, I think a lot of people might be sleeping on the MMA Labs Kyler Phillips in this one, aka the Matrix. He's a dude who has a similar steep skill set, impressive kicks and cardio, and someone who can just really mix it up extremely fluidly for this division. It's Team Alpha Male versus the Lab in this one. Are you going with Kyler Phillips, or do you think it's Stoner bashing time?
Yeah, it's such a hard fight to pick just because Stoner Bastion time. Yeah, it's hard to go against that. And Kung Fu Monkey, I mean, at Team Alpha Male, he is a legend over there. So, and it looks like 80% is going with Song Yadong. And I mean, the luck that this guy has had, it's pretty hard to go against him. But I like underdogs. I like underdog stories, and I like the Matrix. So I'm gonna have to go with the Matrix. I actually think he's gonna get it done. I don't think he's gonna leave it up to the judges. If he does, that's where I'm gonna be kind of concerned, just because the judges just, I don't know, give this guy every win in every card. So if he doesn't leave it up to the judges, I think that Matrix has a really good chance. And if you see his last few fights, Matrix been looking so good. And the Donger, I don't know. A lot of those cards are kind of wrong in my opinion, but he's been pulling off the dub nonetheless. And very surprised to see such a heavy 80% with Song, to be honest. And I like those odds where they're at, so I'm definitely gonna hammer Kyler Phillips at the MMA Lab.
Yeah, good stuff. And Song Yadong is getting a lot of respect from Vegas too, right? A minus 170 favorite. You mentioned the 80% of Tapology going with him as well. He will come in here with a lot more MMA experience, right? He's 16-4-1 and will have more UFC fights than the 8-1 Matrix. But if we really look at the two gyms that these guys are fighting out of, I mean, maybe 5 years ago we would say that Alpha Male might eclipse the Lab, but if we're talking 2021 fighters, gym versus gym, I might be rolling with the Lab in this one. And it wouldn't surprise me if Kyler Phillips is ready for a level test like Song Yadong. So I'm absolutely with you. I think it's a juicy meat value stake. I'm going with Kyler Phillips in this one. I think a lot of people are sleeping on this dude because he's tough as nails. Really has a diverse skill set. Not a dude who like has one singular aspect that he will wow you with, but one of those dudes who just truly mixes it up, does everything really well. So I think it's going to be a close fight. I don't know if I'm as bullish on the Phillips Matrix by finish, but I do think that it wouldn't surprise me if Phillips sneaks a decision in this one. Um, Obviously, I'm a little nervous because, as we always mention, the Yadonger is always receives the nice judging. So if it does hit the judges' scorecards, probably Kyler Phillips will have won a dominant fight, but will somehow lose the match. So very interested to see how this one materializes. I'm going with Kyler Phillips as well, though. Any last thoughts on this one? I'm pretty excited for this fight.
No, yeah, this fight is fantastic. I am so pumped. Both these guys are, I mean, lots of hype. It does seem people are sleeping on Phillips, so I'm kind of surprised on that. But I mean, he truly is the Matrix. He's got it all. Can't wait to see this display. Yeah, so tune in for the next breakdown of meaties and yo.